Read a lot of books. The more you read books on enlightenment and meditation, the more you will progress very rapidly. Reading books is very, very important, along with your meditation. You have to read all the books. Book reading is very important to come out of all kinds of psychological situations. People don't do book reading at all. That's the whole problem. They don't occupy themselves well. See, when you are educated, you must read all the books. There is a whole number of books waiting for you. Read all the books. Get all the books. Purchase all the books and keep them in your home. 24 hours are there. You have to read any number of books. Book reading is very, very important for every person. As you take care of your children, you must take care of your reading.
Happy morning, friends. A wonderful afternoon and a great evening to everyone who is connecting from across the planet. My name is Pradeep, and I'll be the host for today and next 2 days. So, to give a brief intro about myself, so I'm into IT profession. From Bangalore, working in the software industry for almost 12, 13 years now. And but I'm very passionately into this meditation practice from 2017-18 time period. So that's when I came across Chandra sir on one of the Saturday evening sessions in a meditation center in HSR Layout, Bangalore. So I attended a one-day workshop on manifestation. So that's when I actually understood the concept of we create our own reality, and in fact, thoughts create the reality. So I kind of experimented that on creating a better opportunity at that point in time. Um, so which kind of worked very well. And then when I understood this more and more, I started applying this into my other areas of the life, like finances, relationships, and health point of view. And I could see tremendous benefits. So from then onwards, I'm closely associated with the foundation, spending my time here in volunteering in various aspects. So yes, as Patriji mentioned, I was reading through at least a lot of books in those first couple of years, and books kind of gave a different perspective and a different shift in my thinking pattern. So starting with Conversation with God, that is the book that actually made me understand it is the highest dominant thought that gets manifested, although we might be having our own wishes. And then actually, Sir used to recommend many books one after another. And um, Surrender Experiment is the one first I experienced that silence in my mind when I'm reading that. When we surrender to how we can surrender to the instances instead of making the mind fight for us. And then a lot of Osho books actually gave a different perspective of seeing things. And then, of course, the books of Joe Dispenza, which kind of thrilled me to when I understood the connection between quantum physics, neuroscience, and the meditation aspects. So, so a lot to share, and yes, we'll understand more from Sir on this aspect. Yeah, over to you, sir.
Thank you, Pradeep, for an amazing journey that you're having. A very purposeful life for a very young age from this master. Happy morning, dear friends and masters. Great afternoon, evening. when I was in my initial days of studying these aspects with Patriji and with Dr. G.K., Paul Vijay Kumar, Anjaneya Sharma, these are the few masters that I knew. Dr. Newton, a little bit that time, in the beginning, in 2000, 2001, 2002. One thing that was constantly bothering me was a statement by Gautama Buddha that I used to see. Suffering is due to individual ignorance. Suffering is due to your own ignorance, is what that is saying. Because the only understanding was that if there is suffering, is always being pointed to by people outside. The understanding is there is always somebody else is doing something to you, or they're not doing something to you, including God. He didn't do this to me, he didn't do that to me. And so it's always been external and looking for a solution, but here it says it is within you, your own ignorance. Then there is another statement, be a light unto yourself. In Pali language, in all the pamphlets, Patriji used to get all these pamphlets printed, small things on how to meditate, and then basic essence of meditation, and that is written, be a light unto yourself. So suffering is due to your ignorance, and then be a light unto yourself. Be that master to solve your own challenges. Be the master to guide yourself. So both the statements are essentially putting the responsibility or is pointing to you and pointing to me. So that's what I was looking at, saying, okay, so there is a different way to think about this. And then that's when all these books that are being recommended in the hallways of PSSM. PSSM is a beautiful moment. It's a very free and open moment. Means what? Means that only the truth is upheld. The truth is that we all consciousness, we all are infinite in nature, and we, because there is infinity out there, infinite knowledge, and so then we can learn from everyone, and we learn from everyone. There is no separation, say this group only to read this and this group only to read that. They are infinite in nature. The knowledge is infinite. And so then everyone, if you are free will being, then you have your own way of pursuing the truth by your own self in your own way. There's no fixed textbook, fixed thing, fixed this. There are infinite paths. Pointers are given. And then you, with your meditation, look at what feels like that you want to go and then do it. And so the books are recommended regularly by many, many books. Patriji is constantly was reading book and recommending a book. And so that's when I was reading, I started reading too. And one of the books that I read, The Conversation with God by Neil Donald Walsh, book 1. But then I read a few books in the beginning, like The Road Less Traveled by Scott Peck, Jonathan Livingston Seagull, and few things like that. But then when I read this book, I've understood, I got all answers. Conversations got by Neil Donald Walsh. Fundamentally is echoing back what Patrizi was saying, that we are all God. Use the word God. We are all gods. Now the alternate word is consciousness. We are here for an experience. The essence of this book is we are here for an experience. There's no good and bad. We don't judge, instead we only experience. Patrizi used to say, no judgment, no compliance. No judgments, no compliance. If you're spiritual in nature, then you own everything that is there happening to you. Understand the creation process, then you participate in it. Don't resist. We don't hear of a God resisting an experience. It's never there, never documented in any scripture. So this book gave me all answers, meaning it has satisfied me. Why do you have relationships? Why do you have friendships? Why do you go after money? What does it mean to be doing an employment? And so once you have an understanding, because I was hearing about them, I was just looking for validation, I guess, because already being taught your body can heal. Whatever that, but he's saying that there is a creative thought, the highest form of thought manifests for you, and so then be clear about what you're manifesting, because your thoughts, feelings, and imaginations brings reality. Everything is there in this book. Amazing. And by the way, it's not an esoteric book of somebody's. It is simply a conversation that this master had by when he was in a very, very. It was at crossroads. When he was at crossroads in his life, he was frustrated, desperate, looking for answers. And so simply asking these questions called contemplation, but he was frustrated. But he was asking questions and an answer would come to him. And so it's called channeling. And then he wrote these. Amazing book. And so, dear friends, books provide information, knowledge that can really stimulate our intellect to go into it to contemplate. This is a very important practice that we're going to talk about after meditation today. On Wednesday, I talked about the science of meditation, how the mind is conditioned, mind is restless, and mind is disconnected. And I said the solution is wisdom and meditation. Meditation we are doing, wisdom we are learning. One of the greatest source of wisdom is books. We'll cover through that after meditation. And of course, we will give today in the wisdom note the list of most essential books that we see as to begin with. It's not the end of it, just the beginning of it. We'll provide a list of books that to begin with, that we can pick any of them to start reading. So first, let's go into the meditation. Relax yourself, dear friends. We are practicing breath meditation. Our goal is to empty the mind and then be in the state of emptiness. And we do this by observing our normal, natural breath, as you see in this picture. Welcome anybody if you are new. As you see in this picture, you sit down comfortably on the floor or in the chair sofa. Remove glasses, close your eyes. Fingers into fingers, hands comfortably rested in your lap, crossing your feet at ankle, across your legs. Observe your normal, natural breath. When you observe the breath, thoughts are coming down, mind becomes empty. Be in that state of emptiness. Emptiness is energy, so many things may happen when you're in that emptier state. Witness all of it. In case you have thought, bring your attention back to the breath and again start the process all over. This is called breath meditation. This is where you're spending maximum time in these sessions every day. And before we do that, we practice a process called heart elevation. Just follow my guidance for these friends. And anyone joining new, we are encouraged to go back to look at the day 1 and day 2 videos and recordings to know a little deeper about the science behind this technique. So relax yourself, sit comfortably. Relax your body, dear friends. Dear friends, dear masters, with your eyes closed, specs removed, with your hands over your chest area, with your attention on your sacred heart, with a slow, relaxing breath, connect with your heart center. The center of all creation, the center of all emotions. Which is creating and expanding all life with its higher vibrations of love, kindness, care, gratitude. Connect with your heart center, dear friends. With your attention on your heart, breathe into it. Imagine a dream of a moment of love, of compassion, of gratitude, of oneness and wholeness. From your past, from your present, or from the vision of your futures, and feel that energy fill up your heart center with that emotion. the more you experience the higher vibrations of love, compassion, kindness, the more connected you become, the more coherent you become with all things and everyone in your brain and body, in your body and mind. The more coherent you become with this field of energy, the field of all connection. Feel, relive that moment. And spread that energy onto everything and everyone with a greater intention to help them heal, to help them know the truth. That we're always complete. Feel. Relive that moment. And slowly, let's go into breath mindfulness meditation. With your fingers into fingers, resting your hands comfortably in your lap. Observe your normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath, dear friends. We are in this powerful group meditation. Observe your natural in-breath and out-breath, and allow yourself to slowly drift into calmness. allow yourself to merge into your breath and allow yourself to merge into that emptiness, that greater calmness inside of you, all around you. Allow yourself to experience that emptiness of no body, of no thing. As you merge into your breath, that's energy. All emptiness is energy. This is the quantum field of intelligence, the field of energy. Of everything that ever existed, exists, or will exist. the longer we stay connected to this field of emptiness and energy, the more you tune in to the unknown, the more you experience that uncommon, the more miraculous you become. Merge into that emptiness, that field of light. If you find yourself distracted in thought, go back to observing your breath, the breath of life, and allow yourself to slowly go into this emptiness, that calmness, that field of all creation. Allow yourself to merge into the emptiness of yourself. All things and everyone are connected in this field of emptiness and energy. We are all specks of energy, intricately connected with each other. The more you lose yourself to this nothingness, the more you experience everyone and everything as you merge with that source, your divine self. Friends, let's express gratitude to all things and everyone for helping us experience this life and explore consciousness. Be grateful to your parents, teachers, mentors, your family, friends, colleagues, relatives. Can you express gratitude to all the nature, the cosmos, the planets, the stars, the Mother Earth, the plant kingdom, the animal kingdom, the mineral kingdom, your deep thanks to all things technology, the system, the company, the governments. Gratitude to yourself and to this intelligent, feel the universe. Gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership. Relax your body. Recollect your experiences from the session. And whenever you're ready, you can keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds and then open your eyes. Okay, dear friends. Hope you enjoy the session. Knowledge liberates. Jnanan muktihi. Avidya is the cause of the suffering. Gautam Buddha's the Four Noble Truths. There is suffering everywhere. Krishna, which comes due to avidya, is the cause of the suffering. Suffering can be removed is number 2, and Krishna, avidya is the cause of the suffering, and then the eightfold path, the Madhya Margam, it's called Madhya Marg, is a way, the middle path is the way to overcome that ignorance. Linda Goodman, books are the swift shortcut to enlightenment. If we have that knowledge, then we have a different understanding, then we transcend suffering. Earlier, if somebody did a comment in my code, when I used to be a computer science engineer, I used to write code. If somebody gave a comment, I used to feel very bad. Oh, I'm making mistakes. How stupid I am. This kind of stupid mistakes. Just become very personal, just blaming myself. Then later, with understanding that the more you blame yourself, the more you become, because thoughts and feelings bring that reality to you. The future is also that way. You make more and more mistakes. And at the moment, what's happening to me? When I say, oh, I'm a stupid person, how could I make such silly mistakes? Oh, people are pointing to me. And then that means that I'm becoming weaker in the eyes of the people. Many, many things go on. So the moments there are gone for the next hour or 2 or whatever that is, depending on the intensity of the comment, is gone. So much of time is gone. So we build moment after moment, which is not enjoyable, not pleasurable. That was the state. When we say knowledge, you understand and say, okay, somebody makes a comment. Yes, it's possible that we are here and impeccable. We are imperfect beings. Imperfection is there. Why not? What's the problem? And Patrice used to question, for every why me, there is a why not me. For everything that you say this way, why shouldn't be the other way? You used to ask and say, ask yourself. If you want to be the topper, you got to 10th, so why shouldn't be? Why shouldn't you be 10th? Why should you be always top? Why is so? Ask a question. I want a promotion in 6 months. Why should it be 6 months? Why can't it be 12 months? What happens? That's the shift in understanding. The ignorance as conditioned, we had a certain level of understanding, a lot of times without a basis, without a rational. And so when knowledge is given, and applied knowledge becomes wisdom, and so then we live with it. So books are the swiftest shortcut to enlightenment. So the knowledge is in spiritual language from Patanjali is called Swadhyaya. Tapaha, Swadhyaya, Ishvara Pranidhanena, Kriya Yogaha, one of the Yoga Sutras. A master who is wanting to explore an ultimate purpose of any spiritual practice is to know yourself, to merge with yourself, become that. Know yourself means to be that I am the existence, I am the whole. Tomorrow we talk about the understanding of this quantum energy field, what that is from a science perspective, which will put us squarely to understand that we are that. We're not a tiny, lesser mortal being. And the essence of spiritual practice is to know that we are that. This is what Adi Shankaracharya said, the Advaita is that we're all, everything is the same one. And then he also said that if there's no knowledge, then there is no mukti, there's no liberation. So dear friends, our path is also called Jnana Yoga. Our path is to learn and learn and learn. And meditation brings that knowledge, information, knowledge into practice automatically. I knew before that do not take anything personally. If the interview rejection is not a remark on your capability. If you get rejected in an interview, it's only a mismatch of your skills to their needs. That's all it is. But a rejection interview is taken so much deeply personally. So I knew about this, but I couldn't implement because the awareness is not there. Neither do I have awareness. People around me don't have awareness. Oh, you couldn't clear that also. When you make a comment, somebody makes a comment, you feel a lot more measurable. They don't have awareness. I don't have awareness. But now meditation brings that awareness. So knowledge becomes wisdom. It becomes practical. That's why, friend, this is a great combination to meditation, wisdom, the knowledge that we acquire. Swadhyaya is study of the self. Contemplate, question everything that we are doing, and the study others in respect to others, like how are they implementing in their life. And that's where, dear friends, the books become the greatest source of the right books. Books are the lifetime experience of masters. The lifetime experience, 20 years, 30 years of the life of living in certain way, they captured all of that. And it takes what? How long did it take? Maybe 3 days to read a book. These days, audio books, they take 10 hours. So lifetime experience of master can be gathered in about 10 hours, at least heard. How amazing it is. And so Patrizi used to recommend, and then so many, many books. I love this path because he was recommending freely to read from everyone, encouraging to read and learn from everyone. take the things that appeal most to you, to your feeling center. You will know it. The more you meditate, your feeling center will tell you. Of course, there are guidelines of what are the right books and what's not. Anything that's not aligned to the truth is not necessary to be read. So we need to know what is truth. So he recommended some books. And all the books that are there aligned to the truth. That we are beyond the body. Truth is that we are beyond the body. This program is about trying to understand the truth and experience the truth. We are beyond the body. I'm not the matter, I'm this energy. I'm tiny matter, I'm whole energy. I'm not the body, I'm the soul, consciousness. There is infinite power within me. There is unlimited potential within me. Nobody is lesser, nobody is greater. Second, third, that my thoughts, my feelings, my emotional patterns are attracting experience into my life. My thought is a creator. My mind is a creator. So I nurture it appropriately towards things that are most dear to me, the things that give me deep meaning. And so any book that encourages in this direction is a book to be read. It's worth to be read. Because then you're reading, listening, and then learning from that master who lived the truth that way. And so when he was recommending many books, and he used to say that his book of enlightenment, there's something called book of enlightenment, meaning something that you completely have your answers from within when you read that and then you understand it fully. He used to say that when he read You Forever by Lobsang Rampa, that he got enlightened. He had all answers. Dr. Newton would say, Jonathan Livingston Seagull by Richard Bach is his book of enlightenment. You Forever says that you are there in your bodies every day in your sleep, and otherwise you have many bodies. You can experience your etheric body, your astral body. You can see your auras, and then you are there traveling, and then you constantly are in an astral plane and soul planes, many planes. Practically, it explains that book. When I read this book, one of the books recommended by him, Conversation with God by Neil Donald Walsh. Now, this book by Neil Donald Walsh, there are a series of books. In this book one, I started with Conversation with God by Neil Donald Walsh. Now, this book is my book of understanding of myself. I had all answers. It says, it records the same. Those three principles that we are the consciousness, we are God by ourselves. Aham Brahmasmi, Tattvamasi, from Upanishads. I am Brahma, the creator, the existence. Brahmand means the whole, not just the creator part of it, the whole. And Tattvamasi, you are that. They're not simple statements that are just doing lip service. They are statements to be lived. Love and compassion is the way to go, of course, is essence. Then the statement, Ahimsa Paramo Dharma, also makes sense. Otherwise, it is beautifully written. Every time you go up to Tirupati or Tirumala temples, you've written some of these very, very nice quotes, but they didn't mean anything before because the knowledge was never taken. More outward, the focus is somewhere else, the perception is somewhere else. And so, Conversation with God by Neil Donald Walsh, an amazing, amazing book that explains about the life and then very, very simple language, deep, makes us contemplate. This book, Art and Science of Meditation, by Dr. Newton, and thoroughly vetted by Patrisa, is the handbook of meditation. Everyone who is practicing this, and we will, and this is can be obtained from qluglobal.org. Everyone practice meditation. This book must be taken. It has at least 1,000 benefits of meditation, the detailed process, where did meditation originate from, And then what is it doing to the concepts of chakras, then concepts of these 5 or 7 bodies that we have? And what happens in meditation, emptiness, many, many things. Everything is there in this. The most simplest language, even a even a 5th grader can read this book because such a simple language is there. This is another thing they learn. The art and science of meditation. This is another thing we learn from Patricia is to express in simple language. We don't need complicated, difficult words expressing that nobody understands. That's what this book is, most simplest language. It's like, a banana peeled and given, and this is an amazing book that I understand Patriji. Patriji answers in Q&A format. That mastery, he always encouraged 3 things: friendship, mastery, and then godhood. In fact, he used to always, in every session, when he starts, he says, "Dear friends, dear masters, dear gods." And so he truly believed, and he said, your mastery of life, self-mastery, is more important, and that comes through reading. Of course, Patriji encouraged pyramids and highly, highly, highly vocal about vegetarian diet. The greatest advocate of friendship with animals. Is that friendship is not just about human friendship, it's friendship with animals, friendship with the nature that he knew that automatically would come. And so meditation is what he always advised. Meditation, vegetarianism, pyramid energy, and spiritual science study. It's big. I have not come across any organization that recommends so widely all the knowledge of the entire world of masters, East and West, without distinguishing who is separate. Am I special by being an Indian and somebody lesser by being some other country? No, who is separate? There is no separateness in this entire field of spiritual. Somebody is spiritual, they'll never be talking about my and my and my and my and mine. Spirit means existence. Science of spirit, spirituality is living a spirit. It's consciousness. Spiritual science is science of spirit, understanding how that exists. And we are that, and so we also understand more about ourselves. And we understand, they recognize that we are all one as the whole. And so where is the question of knowledge come from America, knowledge come from India? What is this? That's a perception shift. I keep hearing many spiritual masters say, or many people say, oh, they all borrowed knowledge from me. So what is now borrowed knowledge? It's the same knowledge. It's one thing. It's one thing. When you separate with a superiority in mind, then of course, then it's a borrowed knowledge. Because the people there lived on this Indian plane in a past life. And so then they come here, then they go there. So they're all the same stuff. Countries came only much later. They were not there when the planet was formed. And so, dear friends, now this is an amazing, amazing book. Bridging science with spirituality, with meditation. With Dr. Joe Dispenza. As Patrizi influenced me and Patrizi taught me to be impeccable. With Patrizi, we learn impeccability. With Patrizi, we learn great friendship. With Patrizi, we know that meditation is the answer for everything. You wouldn't even think another thing. You wouldn't think of wearing special crystals. You wouldn't think of getting that special homa. You wouldn't think of getting that extra therapy. Nothing is required because meditation truly moves us to be the consciousness. So naturally, answers have to flow from within. You will understand the meaning of word within truly when you study Patriji and then you practice meditation. Now, this master, Dr. Joe Dispenza, then brought that understanding of meditation with a scientific connection. So as much that I was deeply influenced and then become what I am through Patriji, But this master played a key role in my life. Dr. Joe Dispenza, with his books, You Are the Placebo, Evolving Your Brain, Becoming Supernatural, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. These books have to be read. Anyone in this program, Buddha CEO, by default, is committed to bringing scientific meditation wisdom. And then Dr. Joe Dispenza does an amazing, amazing job. And then that too, what? He simplifies it. He simplifies it in simple language that we understand it. Doesn't make it complicated. But of course, all science, when you have to explain in detail, here and there, you may appear like, there's too much of it. But this book is truly that, becoming supernatural. If you actually read every sentence of this book and then practice it, then all the things that we read about autobiography yogi and living with Himalayan masters by Swami Rama and Yogananda Paramahamsa, all those magical things, they're possible. They're possible because it's talking about scientifically how things are possible. We explore what is scientific temperament. Is to experiment before I say, no, I don't like this. When I tell Kiranji that, okay, there is reincarnation, go and look at your past life. What are you talking about? You're wasting my time. You just go away. That's not scientific temperament mindset. Is to, first of all, explore. Don't reject something. So it took me a few years to actually understand because some words, soul, past life, reincarnation, cosmic creation, reality, dreams have a meaning. All these were like, I didn't know anything of this. And I was not ready to believe initially that readily, easily, because quite analytical in nature. And I also learned, and I understand this, and everybody must read this book, by the way, The Celestial Prophecy by Richard James Redfield. This book tells you why we became such an analytical being and lost the whole deeper connection to ourselves. This book tells you, Celestial Prophecy, The 9 Insights by James Redfield. It tells you why we lost the connection. If this is so good, if consciousness is there and we have that intelligence, then why is that it is not there now in our literature? Why is it not there in education? Why meditation is not there at all? These are mega macro things that have happened. And the books gives you beautifully lays out how the world evolved. That in 300 years ago, from our literature, from textbook, the subjective experience of each and every one of us is removed. Consciousness is removed. When the Industrial Revolution came, then people said anything that we touched and felt is all real, nothing else is real. On the contrary, today, you have a dream. And in that dream, you wake up and say, thank God, it's just a dream. What happened in your dream there? You felt something is real. So because that's why you said, thank God it's a dream. That means it's so real. The dream experience is so real. But we have an understanding for it? Nothing. We don't have an understanding of it. It's random. The dreams are random. We don't even have a scientific understanding. But that's so real. Spiritual sense always explained. You have a dream, reality is there. You perceive experience in the dream reality. It's about experiencing. To say it's close to real, it's real. That's why we say, thank God it's just a dream, because it's so real as life. And so there is this reality here, wakeful reality, there's dream reality, the sleep reality, in sleep, in dreams. And then, of course, then there is a meditation. We go into Turiya, the state of awareness, where you have another experience. All the meditation experiences are real, they're not hallucinations. It has to be studied. And so then subjective experience is removed. The consciousness, God stuff is removed from the books. And so we become very, very, very analytical in the sense that we say it has to be felt, seen with sensory perceptions. Then only we believe, otherwise we don't believe. But then what about the extra senses? What about my dream experience? What about my gut feeling, intuition? Where is it coming from? How do we explain it? And all of that, dear friends, is because we removed that from our textbooks and stuff. And so this is a beautiful book to read, Celestial Prophecy. And some of the things that must be read. Osho. Osho is about living life. I used to have this very poor, I never read him. I just simply, here and there you will hear some news item, this and that. And I had this judgment, carried the judgment. I never bothered. Of course, my reading stopped after college because I always was waiting to stop that, right? Oh, I graduated from the college means graduated from reading any books. I was less a reader, not an avid reader at all. I was not reading novels and things like that. I was reading a little bit. I shouldn't say like I'm zero of reading. Then so I never read Osho until the time Patriji and then PSS Movement introduced these books and said, then when I read the first book, I think it was like called the Satyam Sivam Sundaram. Then I read White Lotus, then I read many books. And I'll tell you, these are like such wonderful gems that are there, that to live life, everything that has been judged of him, that he promoted sex as sexual guru, those aspects are just so poor thinking at all, such a poor thinking, because we just generalize things so easily. But these books, the deepest, but the most simplest way expressed, so much of humor, fun, but then how to live life, how to love life, how to be yourself. These books. They're in a book of man, book of woman, book of children. Everyone must read these three books: book of man, book of woman, book of children. Parents, book of children. You read this book, you will understand how many mistakes we're making in pushing the children to be as something. And so Osho, so Patriji is to say that Osho is my brother. And the essence of this wisdom, and the more I study this, the more I understand. Then from Patriji's words, the essence of this wisdom is that life is that 80 to 90% is it is science of life, living. Understand how to live. That's the first thing he said when I met him. You don't know how to live life. You don't know what life is. They said, you don't know anything. They just told me in my face about 50 to 100 people are there. I was like confused. Right on my face, you don't know anything. And learn from this small boy. He said 80 to 90% is science of living, and 10 to 20% is science of dying, death. Understand death. Death is the greatest teacher. That's what Carlos Castaneda, these books, these are shaman Yaki masters. These masters talks about. Carlos Castaneda books, when I read them, Teaching of Don Juan, start with this. Perhaps it's not a recommended book, but we'll add this to the recommended books. When I read this book, it talks about, I mean, of course, they talk about this. Ultimately, it comes to the same. The truth is the same. Talks about move beyond the current perception of material surface level seeing to each other and to see the energy aspects of it. They're all energy masters. See everything as energy. Shift your perception, your understanding of life differently. And then he considers that analogy is that we are warriors. A warrior, commanders, what do? They don't fight others, they fight their inner enemies. Because they're simply going to be there. And so the enemies of fear, illusion, attachment, these are things they have to fight. You fight the inner enemies, become impeccable, become highly disciplined, become very, very, very aware. So the whole Castaneda books are about building awareness. Carlos Castaneda, essentially, he goes to meet these masters, Aki master, Don Juan, and then talks about, so dear friends, all these books must be read. And then Buddha say Quantum Foundation up. The green is not coming. The background. Buddha say Quantum Foundation. Does it come now? Is we published Miracles of Meditation, experiences of masters. People like you and me, every one of us are gone through transformation through this meditation. 40 experience of 40 masters. How their life changed in a 40-day program like this, Miracles of Meditation. Something that you can get inspired with. And these are all books that I showed are all available, of course, on Amazon and Flipkarts. That these must be read. And then Patriji's words echo into my mind that everyone carries wisdom in them. Everyone. So ordinary people, ordinary wisdom. More learned people or more lived people, extraordinary wisdom. Masters, extraordinary wisdom. Ordinary people, ordinary wisdom. Something is there. Because his understanding is that everyone has a life lesson. Some time or the other, we all learned something. And so to have the dialogue, you meet a stranger, somebody there, have a dialogue in the train, in a plane, in a journey, have conversations always with people. Share your experience, ask them to share their experience. There's something comes out of it. I've seen that also, to giving that equal attention, whether somebody is very highly recognized, highly rich, or somebody is just very, very ordinary, maybe a farmer, a poor person, somebody is there, not educated, doesn't matter, but then always engage in conversations, always try to learn their experience. Tapaha swadhyaya ishvara pranidhanena. Kriya yoga. These have to become our automatic processes in our life. Tapaha, by default, constantly thinking about reducing the needs of the body. Swadhyaya, constantly reading and learning and studying. Swadhyaya, study. First part is surface level reading. Second part is contemplation. Third part is implementing in our life. That's going to become a real study of it. Means that. It's not read, just study of it. Adhyaya. Swa, about me. Know about me, about myself. That I do by reading and then listening to others. This must become second nature. They have to become second nature. The moment you meet a master, don't talk about stock market. After 4 5 years of practice, I still see, oh, stock market is good. Oh, this land, this and that. Have an engagement about your experience. Hey, I used to be such a crook and then rogue and this and that, but now I've changed. Don't, we don't filter things. Don't polish ourselves. We are vulnerable before, and so we never spoke. And then when it come into meditation, of course, we are speaking very naturally about what I was and then how it's transformed. But then post meditation, we start quoting again. And then again, we are like, sugar coating because we feel like now I become vulnerable by talking about my weakness if I had something before. Because the contrast has to be there for us, people to understand how meditation can help. You simply say meditation is great. Okay, so how is it great? How did it help you? I used to be very arrogant, and then I used to shout at my people, and now I feel like I'm a lot more composed. Say that. Why don't you say I was arrogant? Very funny. That I see many masters after taking the meditation, they sugarcoat, not talk about their experience, and so then you're practically not sharing well. So, dear friends, we use the time and opportunity to ask. We share what we know, our meditation experience, because that's part of sadhya. We share, we learn. We share, we learn. Swadhyaya. Because when you share, okay, if Naga Pradeep can let go of cosmetics and then he's still glowing, I think I can glow too. Let's put his spotlight him. He always has a glowing skin. Do people still tell you that Naga Pradeep will lost the charm?
Yes, sir, sometimes.
Talk about that experience.
Okay, so because of the environment I used to have when I was working, so I got into this belief that you need to use supplements and then all these premium cosmetics to look younger and to maintain the energy levels. So it kind of went deep into my subconscious mind, and I almost end up spending some 10-15 minutes in the morning and in the evening every day for doing all that process, cleansing, toning, and then applying moisturizers and stuff, and along with that consuming these vitamins, proteins, so omega-3 fatty acids, whatnot, all those things. So I was on that habit for almost 4 years. So as I said, right, 2017-8 period, that was the time I was quite serious into this practice. And in one of the interactions with sir, I was telling that, okay, so actually we went for a lunch to one of the restaurants, and then I was telling him that after the lunch, I will go back home and then I'll consume my supplements. Today morning, I haven't taken them. So he said that, okay, the body itself is a big industry, kind of pharmaceutical industry, which can produce whatever it needs if we allow it to do so. If we just can just pull it out of the stress mode. So it kind of is contradicting to what I was believing until then. But then I want to experiment. I just don't want to leave it that way. So I went back and kept aside all those things which I was using for a month, and then I could still see the same energy levels and stuff. And especially I stopped using all those things. So what is the benefit out of it now? So you get a lot of freedom, so you need not, it is not another work that you need to do every day. And then mostly at the mind level, you are free, you need not carry all these things wherever you go. And then at times when I go home also, I used to carry these things as if I was undergoing through some kind of health challenge, because people who are saying doesn't know, right, don't have much knowledge of all the supplements and all. So they used to think I was having some kind of issue and I was consuming those things, and again I have to explain them all that stuff. So basically able to get rid of all these things with the knowledge. Yes, there are various sources through which we get that knowledge. One is through books, and other is through the interactions like this. The most importantly in the form of experience sharing. So that's how I kind of reprogrammed that belief.
Thank you, Pradeep. It's a knowledge that when knowledge shifts, then we know that our body produces everything that's necessary. So we do not need many of these things. Anyway, we talk about some of these next week when we're talking an energy of the body and then food habits and consumption. So, dear friends, tapaha, swadhyaya, ishvara pranidhanena, kriya yoga. Ishvara pranidhanena means that we are constantly are in surrender, in awe, in thought of the existence. Where did it come from? How is it possible? What is my life about? Where did I come from? Where am I going? So these three things are what Patanjali calls them Kriya Yoga, means have them as second nature, automatically need to happen. And so books, Swadhyaya, wisdom becomes very, very essential for us, dear friends, to cut through. The Jnana Yoga or the knowledge path is a warrior path. So thank you very much for joining and understanding this. And so we will continue, and then we're going to have a special program called book clubs. Some of you know the book clubs are to read books, and we choose 2 books and then read. Tomorrow we'll announce about what that is, but next week the book clubs will start so that we understand some of the essence during this 40-day program. That's the idea, right, friends? So, Pradeep, announcements.
No announcements for today, sir.
Okay. So thank you all. Have a wonderful day, and I'll meet you tomorrow. And we are doing Saturdays. Usually we're inviting guest leaders to come and then share their experience of meditations. I'm thinking that how it's helped them to individually shape them, their decision making, their understanding of life, and then their businesses, in case they're applied in the business, how they're growing personally, career-wise. Some of those aspects we'll learn when we listen to the masters, and we have a guest leader tomorrow to share. Hopefully, we'll be able to bring them tomorrow. Always something is there. So see you all tomorrow again. Thank you.
I will take a chance to be who I'm meant to be. I won't let fear keep me from trying. It's time for me to make a change, to start living the life I want. I'm gonna reach for the sky, way up high. I'm never giving up. It's up to me to see who I can be, make dreams reality. I'm never giving up. I'm never giving up. I'm never giving up. I'm never giving up. I won't live the life others expect of me. I
Okay.
want to.
Nice. Nice song.
Okay. So friends, whoever wants to share or ask anything, you can raise your hand. We'll unmute you. But otherwise, there are some questions in the chat, sir. How do I unblock my unconscious mental blocks?
By meditation and by reading. The mental blocks will all go with a little bit of patience. We practice this meditation and then actively pay close attention to the every word spoken in this program. Some will understand, some we don't understand now. Absolutely okay. Because some words, for example, to say oneness, it'll only be understood at a certain level of consciousness. So it'll take some time as we remove the layers before, understand other layers below that, then only we understand this. But it's okay. But then listen to every word, and then whatever that we're able to grasp, we grasp, and then write these down. This is a course of transformation. This is bound to happen. And so we write them down, just practice. We recommend some books, see what best you can do to read, and everything will happen for you. All right.
Great. So friends, I think many of you are asking for the list of recommended books. So you will get the list in today's wisdom note. So we have a set of.
Can somebody copy paste the list here? Because I understand some people are not proceeded there, but then yes, you will get a wisdom note today, and it's also on the Facebook. In case anybody is not able to log in or be in the part of a WhatsApp group, whatever, we post the wisdom notes every day on Facebook. So if you go to Budhaseo Facebook, then you will find the wisdom notes there. When the program happens, there is a daily wisdom notes posted there. Whenever wisdom notes are released. Okay. Yes. So I'd like this Master Jay Krishna to be allowed to speak. It's written a detailed experience. I'd like to hear from him directly.
Hi, sir.
Hi. Yes.
Very thankful, sir. Yes,
Thank you. Yes. We're not able to hear you. Okay. It's gone into mute.
So can you unmute yourself? Okay, so
Yeah. Hi, sir.
Yes.
Sir, actually, yesterday I had some experiences. So that one I wanted to confirm, like, what comment. I mean, wanted to take your feedback, sir, on that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, actually, initially many thoughts were there in distracted. Appeared like distracted, but suddenly I was seen in a some abandoned place, like a classroom, and there some hospital stretcher or bed was there. And when I go near to that, it was like a little scary moment. So when I reached that, I have seen some appearing like a legs covered with a blanket. Um, I felt scared, and during meditation, my body also reacted like it was scary. Um, then I prayed like I prayed to Krishna like I cannot come out of this. I cannot move out of the consciousness. I mean I cannot bring back the consciousness away. So let me allow and accept my. I mean give permission to allow this experience to continue like that I told, and then I got some strength to continue that experience. Then I felt like okay, knees also moved with covered blanket, and then after some time I've seen the face like it is like a wooden wooden shape. Uh, it is like a wooden toy, sir. So after that I felt okay. I mean I felt like okay, little happy, and I continued my meditation. But in that scary moment, I felt literally. I've been meditating from last 25 days or 30 days. But this was like a little scary moment. But at the end, I maybe handled it nicely, sir. That was the
Congratulations.
morning experience. Yeah,
Because
thank you, sir.
many people, for example, hospital, leg, bed, only one bed and isolated place. All that,
Yes.
of course, brings scariness because we never want to spend in isolation. We never don't like hospitals. We never like the sight
Yeah.
of a limb just seen. All those
Mm,
always bring, fearful moments, right?
yes.
Because we are fundamentally attach all those things to death, and so death means we are very, very
Mm,
fearful of it. Injury and death is very fearful of it. If a leg is seen somewhere, of course it's gruesome, right? We never expected to see something like that. And so it is natural that our fears are coming out, right? And naturally, but then still, you had the courage to continue your experience. Okay. You will progress far and sooner in the practice of meditation. Now, many experiences, I mean, see, so the thing is, you don't have to interpret an experience. Instead, the experience will reveal to you something. What you need to do is to read and read
mm,
and read and understand others' experiences as they're saying, and read a book. This book has so many experiences of people. Read this. 40 masters, different experience they've said. Read them, how they have transformed from one to the other. And when you gain knowledge, we get an insight, right? When you're going through a life situation, we get an insight. And so that's what needs to happen rightly. Experiences come, and then the insights that you have based on your understanding of life, or know that moment intuitively what you get, is a meaning that experience brings to you. Okay. So in this case, anyway, whatever that comes to you and say, oh, there are a lot of fears in me, so I need to just overcome the fears, I'm working on it. Great, that's sufficient. Meditation experience sometimes just to overcome fears, all kinds of all scary things come for some people. Overcome fears, because what do we say is sit through it. What's the problem? It's just you're sitting with your eyes closed, nothing else is there. If you can conquer that, you'll conquer fears outside. Because ultimately everything comes within the mind. Everything comes within the mind, generated out of an input that we receive through senses. So the mind can be conquered and automatically the experience is changed. And so the other thing that happens is, like dreams, when you have a dream, they're called jumbled up dreams. There are many events come together. Many events come together. There's one trying to symbolically make us go through to overcome fear. Another, the real solution for a problem you may be getting. Now, these two get mixed up. They're called jumbled up dreams. So they don't make sense to you. Sometimes you're trying to do it, they don't make sense because in the present life and suddenly you're somewhere, they don't gel well, right? And so, like that, too, experience also can be jumbled up at some level. And more practice and practice, then they'll have a little more clearer, more clearly that you know what is happening. Like you said here, your face has become wooden face again, right? Or something like that is
Yes.
not my face. But you know it is you, but the face is not you, right? It's a wooden face. It can mean something. It can also jumble up a few other things here. They'll all become more and more clearer as you go along. Okay.
Okay, sir. So today
And
in heart,
and
today in
things
heart,
like this, you have this beautiful way of writing. So write it down in a journal. At some point, when you will increase your knowledge, you will know, come back and see, okay, this is what it means to me in my life. All right. Okay.
okay, sir. And in today's heart elevation process, when you said that feel that energy, our energy everywhere, that time I felt like I am feeling that abundant place also with my energy, and so that place becomes more energetic. Then that also gave me some energy, like I completely forgotten about that scary moment and continued today's meditations.
Yes.
So,
Yes. We increase our understanding. Many of these will disappear. Okay.
okay, okay.
Read. When you read, some of these
Mm.
things you'll understand there. For example, if you read what is about dreaming, maybe what is life after death, for example, then it's not a fears of death goes away. We have to read. No, we can't suppress it. That's the standard thing that's being done. We have to read about them. Somebody says, "Oh, death." No, oh, don't open your mouth. Don't say death. There's people at
Mm.
home will stop you from even saying things. Suppression. We have to read. We have to go and then read. Bring all the books on life after death and read. And then suddenly, most fears will disappear. Fears of life. Okay.
Sir, in today's experience, I have felt more crawling experience on face like that. Unless I touch that, it didn't. After touching the face only, it went away, sir. Otherwise, that crawling sensation, I felt more.
Hmm.
Then some two beautiful hens also appeared. So I don't know. I was just scary. I was just looking at them, and finally I just hugged and moved on. And also, sir, I'm also little. From many years, I'm not completing any book. Uh, so maybe lazy. I don't know. But today in meditation, I felt like I need to do something more in life than just sitting, like or settling where I am now and just having fun, because I'm feeling like okay, I'm wherever I'm enjoying, that is also good. But today in meditation, I felt like okay, I need to do something more. I can do something more. This is
Awesome.
a many
That's a
years maybe
Vijnanamaya
I
Kosha
got this
experience.
experience.
It's a Vijnanamaya
Yes, sir.
Kosha, the intellect body experience. That you're revealed of a truth that I need to do something more. Because
Okay.
eventually that's where we move into. Purpose of life is to share, to express what we have beautifully in service of others. So as illusions are removed, then we naturally move into that. It is bound to happen. Great. So let's chant it. Come and meet Buddha CEOs, masters, and then do some work.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Right. Yes,
Thank
Pradeep.
you, sir.
Um, s- One more question, sir. How do we know that our mind is empty?
How do you know a mind is empty? Tomorrow, topic is about explaining this, understanding the emptiness in quantum field, so it can help. Okay, so we'll look at this tomorrow.
Great. Friends, I think Kiran sir has posted the list of books in the chat. You can note it down, but otherwise also we share it in today's wisdom note. Okay, that's it, sir. No
All
more.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you all, friends. Thank you, Pradeep. So we'll meet again tomorrow. Thank you all.
To be proud of who I'm becoming. It's time for me to make a change. To start living the life I want. I'm gonna reach for the sky, way up high. I'm never giving up. It's up to me to see who I can be. Make dreams reality. I'm never giving up.
Such an amazing master he is here, always smiling, always ready to be behind the scene.
Thank you, sir.
He's the only one doesn't want to be on the screen. He doesn't say doesn't want to be, but does not look for it.
Yes, sir. I'm a technical host. I would rather spotlight all the other beautiful the faces here. Pradeep sir is always smiling, always happy. Kiran sir is always smiling. To see all of that, it's wonderful.
Wonderful, awesome. Thank you for everything you're doing. Bye, everybody. Thank you. Bye.
I'm never giving up. I'm never giving up. I'm never giving up. Step by step, I will make.
Okay, bye.